to underestimate the importance of what's going on in this chamber here this morning would be very unwise. Within the Committee of the Department of Social Development, this matter was raised, discussed, chewed, digested, recycled, and a decision was eventually taken. There was almost universal concern expressed in the committee at the potential effect that acceptance of this ruling would have on 6,000, potentially, of our most vulnerable citizens. And this is not something that we should or did intend to treat lightly. Indeed, when the issue was taken to a vote, only one party, almost without comment, voted to make the rule. An act in itself which potentially reduced the ability for this matter to be brought here, where it perhaps should be more properly and more fully examined. The issue, as Mr Campbell has said, is simple. If we make this rule, it may adversely affect up to 6,000 of our most vulnerable citizens, and that is something that no one in this chamber should not and will not do lightly. If we fail to make this rule, we may break parity and cost the citizens of this part of the United Kingdom potentially billions of pounds. Again, something that cannot be taken lightly. We seek an assurance from the Minister that our failure here today to make this rule will indeed break parity, because it is his opinion and the opinion of those who advise him that is the paramount fact upon which we must take our decision. We would also ask that the Minister undertakes that he will examine the effects that making this rule will have on those of our citizens who will be most affected, and that he will take whatever measures he can to lessen the damage should the rule be made, by ensuring proper safety nets and taking steps to assess the current urban and rural supply of accommodation which qualifies for the single room rate. We do not intend to, without comment, seriously disadvantage 6,000 of our citizens. If another way can be found, let us hear it. If an alternative can be found, let us hear it. But if this does break parity, doing so would be tantamount to irresponsibility, and we cannot do that either. I thank you.
In relation to Michael Copeland's contribution, he did talk about universal concern across certainly the members of the committee, about the impact on approximately 6,000 citizens, and the decision was not taken lightly. All but one agreed that parity was the issue, and given the importance of this matter, it should be dealt with on the floor of the Assembly. He quoted from the Housing Executive about the impact of these changes on the 6,000 citizens, and highlighted that it may be problematic for them to find alternative appropriate accommodation in the appropriate geographic location. I think it's probably more than problematic. He asked the Minister to examine the effects of these, this is Mr Copeland, on those who will be affected, that measures are taken to protect those affected by the regulations and address the shortage of appropriate housing supply in urban and rural areas. And he went on to say the Minister's opinion is key to the decision made today, and breaking parity would be tantamount to a responsibility. Judith Cochrane wasn't in favour of the regulations. She did probably a reasonably good impression of Pontius Pilate, and we know the bad press that he's had for a couple of centuries. But I think I'll leave her contribution at that.